The film begins with a stone born from fire and ice that holds two kinds of power, good and evil. Because of its evil power, the stone starts absorbing all the energy of the world, which becomes dangerous for everyone. The greatest magicians realize this threat and send two men to capture the stone, but they fail against its immense power. Finally, the great magician himself arrives and uses his magic to break the stone into two parts. One good stone filled with heavenly power and one evil stone filled with dark power. Both stones are given to a man named Tianzuan. The magician places a curse on the evil red stone so that it will be destroyed by lightning after 3 years, while the good stone must be placed inside the king's son. If Tianzuan completes this task, he will earn a high position. However, Tianzuan's companion becomes jealous, begins to hate him, and decides to take revenge. He reaches the palace first, steals the good stone, and secretly places the evil stone into the queen's body, resulting in the birth of an evil child. Because of his evil powers, Neza begins spreading destruction in the village from the moment he is born. Tianzuan is deeply upset, as his master had given him a responsibility that he failed to fulfill. Using his magic, Tianzuan creates a special necklace so that the child, named Neza, can control his evil powers. He is about to kill Neza, but the queen stops him, saying that no matter what, Neza is her son. Tianzuan then explains that even if Neza lives, he will die after 3 years because a great magician has cursed him. The king decides to keep his son away from the people and vows to remove the curse. Meanwhile, the evil man is shown traveling to a mysterious place deep under the sea, where all the dragons are imprisoned. He mixes the good stone with a dragon's egg, and because the stone holds good power, a kind boy is born. Later, the king goes to heaven to remove his son's curse, but learns that it cannot be undone. In the human world, everyone knows about Neza, and people of all ages fear him so much that even children create strange plans to escape or kill him. Neza is kept inside a magical prison around the palace, but one day, after his mother leaves, he breaks free and causes chaos across the city. He frightens the people, listens to the children's plans to kill him. When Tianzuan learns that Neza has escaped and that many children are in danger, he rushes in and saves them. Seeing Neza's wild behavior, Tianzuan decides to teach him magic so his energy can be controlled and his attention turned in a better direction. While playing, Neza finds a map and touches it, which transports him to a beautiful magical world. There, he meets Tianzuan, who shows him magic using a magical brush and tells Neza that he will teach him all these skills. Tianzuan explains that magic does not reveal the truth but creates illusions and traps, and he demonstrates this to Neza by teaching him a spell to create illusions. At first, Neza struggles, but soon he successfully creates illusions of animals. He even turns a frog into his own body and leaves it in the water, making the queen believe her son has died. When Tianzuan brings the body out, it is revealed to be only a poisonous frog. Tianzuan is amazed that such a young Neza can create powerful illusions, but he knows Neza must also be trained to fight great dragons. Neza's mother tells him that people will only love him when he saves them from the dragons, while his father lies to him, saying he was born from a good pearl and that people will accept him only if he proves his worth. Hearing this, Neza begins intense training. He defeats many dragons, but it is later revealed that all the dragons were magical illusions created in his mind. Tianzuan explains that this imaginary battle was preparation for a real war and warns Neza that he must fight dragons, not harm humans. Neza insists he has not hurt anyone because everything happened in his imagination. After this, the king takes back Neza's magical weapon, and while returning it, Neza secretly steals Tianzuan's brush, escapes from the magical world, and ends up in another place where he encounters a strange dragon. He wanted to fight him to show his power, but the dragon was clever. The dragon turns into water and disappears into the sea. On the way, the dragon captures a young girl to eat her. Neza tries to save the girl and attacks the dragon with fire, but instead of killing it, his attack destroys the entire village. At that moment, the good boy born from the good pearl arrives and freezes all the water, stopping the dragon from escaping. He fights the dragon and saves the girl, which makes Neza extremely angry because he wanted to be the hero himself. In his rage, Neza hands the girl back to the dragon so he can fight it again and prove himself. Before facing the dragon, Neza starts fighting the good boy, and during the fight, he removes the boy's mask and realizes that he is not human but a dragon. Since the good boy was born from a dragon's egg, he also understands that Neza is not an ordinary child and possesses strange powers. Taking advantage of their fight, another monster attacks them by releasing bubbles that can turn anything into stone. Neza, unaware of the danger and fascinated by the bubbles, touches one, causing his hand to turn into stone, and during the chaos, the monster swallows the girl. Seeing this, the good boy uses all his strength to escape the bubbles, attacks the monster's stomach, and rescues the girl. But the dragon's poison turns both the boy and the girl into stone, leaving only one of the boy's eyes eyes unchanged. Neza then moves forward to help, but the monster spreads even more deadly bubbles. Using his intelligence, Neza uses the stone body of another victim to destroy the bubbles, reaches the monster, and defeats it. The monster finally surrenders and gives Neza medicine that can cure those turned to stone. With this medicine, Neza saves the good boy's life. In the end, the two boys become friends. The dragon apologizes and returns to the water, and the boys spend their time happily playing together. Neza enjoys this deeply because, for the first time in his life, he meets someone who plays with him for hours. When it is time for the good boy to leave, Neza becomes sad, and the boy gives him an object that allows them to meet again when it is wrong. The good boy returns to his master and his father, who is a dragon, and tells them that he has made a friend named Neza. His master scolds him, saying that Neza is his enemy and that he must kill him because he was born from a good pearl while Neza was born from a bad one. However, the good boy refuses, as Neza is kind and had saved his life. The dragon then reminds him that the gods have imprisoned their kind for thousands of years and asks him to think about them. Meanwhile, Neza's birthday arrives, and many people gather at the celebration, including his friend. Before the friend arrives, Tianzuan's evil brother reveals the truth, telling him that he was born from the evil stone and that his powers are sealed inside the necklace he wears. He also tells Neza that he will turn 3 years old that day and die because of a curse. Enraged by the truth, Neza begins destroying the village and tells his parents that he knows everything. Using the spell taught by Tianzuan's brother, he breaks his necklace and fully transforms into a dragon. No one knows how to stop Neza, so Tianzuan searches for the necklace, which is now with his evil brother. At the same time, the evil man stands beside the good boy and manipulates him, saying that when Neza attacks in anger, Tianzuan will kill the dragon parents, and the good boy should step in to save the people, become a hero, and end Neza. Disturbed by this, the good boy tells his master that although he may stop Neza, Neza once saved his life, so instead he asks for permission to save Neza's parents. The master agrees, and without saying anything more, the good boy takes Neza's necklace and rushes with Tianzuan to save Neza's parents. Just before Neza can kill them, the good boy returns the necklace to him, sealing his powers again. But even in his weakened state, Neza remains furious and flies away. The king and queen thank the good boy, and the king begins to suspect that he was born from the good pearl because he notices the same mark on the boy's head as on Neza's. When the boy removes the covering from his head, everyone realizes that he is a dragon. Seeing this, Tianzuan also understands that his brother had stolen the good stone and given it to the dragons. Tianzuan warns his brother that God will punish him severely, but the evil magician mocks them, saying that everyone there will die and no one will be left to tell God the truth. He then manipulates the good boy, telling him that as a dragon, humans will never accept him and that he should kill them. Torn between his duty as a dragon's son and his kindness, the good boy gathers the sea's water, freezes it, and prepares to destroy the entire village at once. Meanwhile, Neza is shown crying in despair, believing that no one loves him, until the gift from his master reveals the truth and shows him how deeply everyone cares for him. He learns that although his curse could not be broken, his father chose to take the curse upon himself, meaning the king would die in Neza's place. Realizing this, Neza rushes back to save his parents, only to learn from his master that the good boy is about to destroy the village to hide the truth about the stolen good stone. Enraged, Neza confronts the good dragon, and the story leads into a fierce battle between Neza and the dragon, who is being forced to do evil despite his good nature. Neza fights bravely, but his strength is weaker than the other dragon because a staff embedded in his neck limits his power. He then uses the evil magician's spell to remove his locket and combines it with the magic taught by his master to create an illusion in which the good dragon's master appears in Neza's place. Unable to fight what he believes is his own master, the good dragon becomes confused, especially since Neza has also taken the magician's weapon. In the chaos, the good dragon attacks his own master instead of Neza, while Neza also strikes the evil master. To save the city from destruction, Tianzuan opens a magical map that pulls everyone into the magical world. Tianzuan plans to trap the evil magician and the evil dragon there by closing the door, but to return to the real world, they need Tianzuan's brush, leading to another fierce fight. During this battle, they return to the human world, where the good dragon moves to kill Neza's parents, but Neza arrives in time to protect them. The attack is so powerful that Neza loses consciousness, and the dragon begins breaking the massive ice above the city to destroy everything. Neza then awakens, gathers all his remaining strength, and stops the ice from falling. When the dragon questions why Neza wants to save humans despite being born a devil, Neza replies that being born evil does not not matter. What matters is one's thoughts and choices. With this resolve, he melts all the ice and finally imprisons the dragon. The good dragon begs Neza to kill him, but Neza refuses, saying he cannot kill his best friend. Suddenly, lightning strikes from the sky, and Neza realizes that the time of the curse has arrived. Since Neza's father had taken the curse upon himself, he would have died instead of Neza. Acting quickly, Neza tears the curse paper, causing the curse to return to him. In this way, his father is saved, but Neza begins to die. Before Neza's death, the good dragon rushes to save him, and Tianzuan also enters the lightning to help, but he cannot go against God's will, as destiny cannot be changed. In the end, both Neza and the good dragon die, but it is revealed that Tianzuan manages to preserve their souls. With this, the movie comes to an end.